Hey guys, my name is Wick Pagano, and I'm a wand maker. I'm actually a woodworker, but wands are what I really love to make. Wands, staves, and a ton of other things. Keeps me busy, and it's a ton of fun. Midnight asked me to make this video for you guys so that maybe you guys would be interested in it too. Give it a shot. But before we can get into all that, there's a few things you need to know. Working with a wood lathe can be very dangerous, so don't do it without your parents' supervision. Alright? Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, a couple things you're going to need before you get started. Obviously, safety first. Get yourself some safety goggles, something to cover and protect your eyes. Then, a pair of gloves. You don't want the tools slipping out of your hands while you're working with them. You're also going to need a pair of headphones, earplugs, anything you can put in your ears or around them to cut down on the noise. Then, finally, and obviously, you're going to need your chisels. Anything that you're going to use to cut the wood with. And then, your wood. It's also not in the video, but you should probably get your hands on a dust mask or something. Keep all the debris out of your mouth. Okay, so when you're setting this up, you want to make sure that you have everything set properly. With the lathe, if you don't have the wood set perfectly in the center, it's going to cause the wood to do this, and you won't get a proper cut. So it's important before you start, if you're working on a square block like this, like I am, which we will turn into a dowel later, that you mark the center points so that when you pin it to the lathe, it will be centered perfectly every time. And finally, it's time to get started on our project. Let's pin our wood into the lathe and get it going. First thing we need to do is turn this thing into a dowel. Dowel is simply just a round piece of wood, essentially a stick. I had a couple of guys come up and check out what I was doing in the process, but we're back to work. When doing this, you want to make sure that you're not spinning the wood too fast. You spin the wood too fast, you could knock the tool out of your hand, you could chip the wood in a place that's honestly going to ruin your project. There's a lot that can go wrong, but if you're patient, you take your time, you have an awesome looking wand in no time. Bit of a different angle for you guys. In this portion, we actually started working on the grip. Flip the camera again. Also, you may have noticed the two square blocks at the end. I do that on purpose because the pins for the lathe itself actually jab into the wood and can leave holes in your project if you don't give it enough space. So we're actually going to cut those off at the end. Here we actually start working on the shaft of the wand, the actual portion where the magic comes out. The grip isn't quite finished, and I have this thing where I move back and forth between moving on the right side of the wand to the left, and I do that so that I don't work too much in one space and cause the wood to spin, crack, and then split in half and be thrown from the lathe. After a little while, I start to sand the pieces, make sure that everything's exactly as I want it to be, and then slowly but surely, everything starts to come together. Start removing it from those blocks, give it another sand down. Just going to give it a quick coating of lacquer. That's really going to bring out that beautiful natural color to the Chechen wood that we used for this project. We have our completed wand. I'm actually really happy with the details of how this one was made. You can see up through here, if I bring it closer, you can still see a couple of the flaws where the wood tried to jump while it was on the lathe, but for this particular design, I actually was hoping it would do that because it's supposed to resemble something of a emperor's staff or scepter. So I'm really happy with the way this one came out. Fits nicely in the hand and it looks gorgeous. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this video half as much as I enjoyed making it. And I hope to see you guys again real soon. Thanks.